But yeah, absolutely insane for these teams, and of course, I kind of like was hoping for a good game to kind of win that. But yeah, I'm also happy for E Arena for finally getting the points that they need, and that's
18.
it. 11 plus 4, that's 15, plus a 3, that's 18
18.
whole eliminations for E Arena. That's plus the chicken dinner placement points. That is 28, putting the Rondo map to absolute shame. What is happening over here, ladies and gentlemen? 28 absolute beast mode from E Arena over here. 28 whole points from this Erangel map. And congratulations once again. They definitely deserve it. They had that survivability in the back, and they had the equal amount of aggression to complement that. But then, yeah, E Arena, you can't just put this kind of energy in just one map. You have to be absolutely consistent. So the question is later on, how will this 28 points affect the leaderboards, considering the fact that they were maybe, I don't know, like 20 something points or 30 points on the leaderboards, and we're talking about 70 points for GG. So it's going to be about consistency. If E Arena wants to climb up the leaderboards, they have to keep it consistent. But otherwise, yes, the match standings is here. E Arena, as we've said, 28 points, but the big drop to DRX and BG with 12 points each, APG with 11, GG with 8, AL, ALL, ICTS, and FL, and ASI 8, in fact, all have a 4 elimination, for rather total points, and so on and so forth. And this is the match summary, of course. 69 total eliminations with 3 grenades, 3 air loots drops, 6,683 healing duns, and 375 meters longest eliminations. And well, the important thing is maybe we kind of want to see what the overall leaderboards are going to be looking like. And this is it. Good Game is still up the top. That is because of their absolute consistency, despite the fact that they don't get the chicken dinner and they only have a single digit total points for this map. They still have 83 points, which is a gap between them and number two, ASI at 69.
Oh, that is true. 83 to 69. That is a very, very, very big gap into the overall point structure. But my main eyes are on the E Arena. They were on the hashtag number 15, Annie. 15. Meaning they just got they swooped in 11 spots into the point structure. They came from 15 all the way up to the number 4 with 48 points right now to their name. Flash is, okay, somewhere close to them, 13 points of a difference. One match is going to be enough for this point to be overtaken too if Arena is really consistent in their matches. DRX is there with a 47, 43 for Alter Ego, Burmese Gold, Alpha Gaming, Inner Circle. All these teams that were doing their absolute best, they were not able to hold E Arena from coming out above them, from coming on top of them onto the leaderboard chart with just a single win over the chicken dinner. They reshuffled the whole situation of the overall ranking at this point in time. And it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder the potential that all of these teams, all of these players have in themselves. It just needs to be refined. It just needs to be polished. And you just need that one big opportunity, just one slight opportunity that will open the whole of the doors for you. And it's going to be one after another one. The doors will open. You're going to get more elimination, more fame, more eliminations, and more consistency will grow up too. But yes, match number 2 is done. The first Erangel is up. The second Erangel, or the last Erangel of the day, number 2, is next, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. And that Erangel match is going to define so many things, because with this Erangel match, the whole pace of the game is going to be changed. The first Erangel changed the pace. The second Erangel is going to change pace even further. But ladies and gentlemen, before we actually head over to the match number 3, we are going to head over to a very short break. Do not go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again after the short break and the highlights. Two matches done, three more to go, and one more to wrangle is still remaining before we head over to our barren terrains, the Miramas, throughout the games. But yes, once again on the caster desk, it is me, Torix, and with me it's going to be Annie. Annie, welcome back, and throughout. It's so amazing. The teams have played so good so far. There are some consistency going around. I see, and a lot of other teams do need to do some work for themselves if they want to secure some decent placement into the overall ranking too. If they want the big chunk, because this is the final stage. This is the final stage. This is the week 3. You're gonna get $1,500 prize pool distribution out of this, and not anywhere else. Tomorrow is gonna be the final day. So whatever you're doing to secure more and more points, the aggression that you're trying to imply upon the teams, you do it today. You do it right now. And today is going to be the most important day for the teams to secure the points. Tomorrow is going to be the most important day for the teams to maintain their points.
Absolutely, and I think we covered that a while ago. Day number 2 should be where these teams should kind of be a little bit more serious. No more testing the
Yeah.
waters. They did that in day number 1 in the first couple of maps, and tomorrow, day number 3, will be the judgment day. And by then, there's gonna be a considerable amount of gap between each team. So by day number 1, I mean the ASI8. But then, of course, we saw just how changeable the map is. Just one good game, and you saw E Arena boost up several, more than 10 ranks, in fact, up the leaderboards just from getting, I believe, 28, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
28 whole total points from that Wrangle map, which is absolutely insane. You can imagine that happening to any other team. Like, for example, like rank number maybe 12, 13, 14. They're all in like the 20s. So if they get like more than 20 points, you're gonna overtake maybe top 5, top 6 or so. So that leaderboard is very volatile. As long as there's just one good game from any of these teams, they can change their fate forever. And that's how volatile that leaderboard is gonna be. And so with that, of course, we will be going on to our final Erangel map for today. It's gonna be our map number 3 out of 5. That flight path is going to be starting in Lipovka. It's going to be ending towards the waters west of Sosnovka military base. So that just means perhaps Remorse and Ferriby are still accessible. Even the quarry might be accessible as well. And military base might be the choice of drop off points for the teams that usually their main drop off points will be somewhere towards the north. But right now the north is quite inaccessible. So maybe the military base might have maybe 2 or 3 teams perhaps, but Chinky is still nearby. There's a possibility that maybe they'll drop off towards the northern part of the flight path, and then maybe just rely a little bit on the parachutes, maybe find a car sooner or later. But then, yeah, with that, I mean, Milta is also accessible. There's Quarry, Ferry Pier, Primorse, as I said, the military base as well. And of course, Milta Mansion, perhaps, maybe school. There's definitely some teams vying for school as well. Just get a little bit of a car and then you're good to go. But then, yeah, it looks like everyone's settling in. The question is now, will we be seeing early game engagements just as we saw in the first few maps? And of course, the answer will be yes. It's going to be Horror Esports once again finding themselves on the kill feed so early on. Let's see how these teams are faring in 1 minute into the game.
Oh my god, already? Already?
That
Those
circle.
eliminations are coming up. circle on top of that, the very top circle. It's a 40-50% in the water. The rest of the 60% area is on the land, but yes, Napoleon is one place where the first fight is happening. Goku is over here with that one elimination. There's also the team of Flash in the vicinity. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio elimination number that has happened so far. There can be more. There can and will definitely be more eliminations throughout this whole situation, throughout this whole fight. But the main concerning point is, and the relieving point is, and that is that both teams has actually managed to secure 1-1 elimination. But on the other side, there's also the Team Secret, Juke, taking down some players with the shotguns. It's 696. Hora Esports is going to lose another one of their players. That is Sleepy Hora. The flashbang is here. Jiggle Hora cannot see one thing, cannot see one pixel on his screen, and instantly, within a moment of an eye, blink of an eye, he had to blink to restore his vision, and that blink cost him his life right there and then. Team Skyforce has also been eliminated from the match on the hashtag number 15. They go out 25 total points. On the other angle, another angle, that is the Primox area. We have E-Arena, we have Weibo Gaming. These two contenders head-to-head going against each other, whereas E-Arena, they had the first blood, they had the first engagement, even the second engagement in this area, but also Sakura is right now down, so a lot of work is needed to be done. The player needs to somehow get that revive as soon as possible, but oh, wait a minute, Turny K is down. Things have changed slightly as Team Weibo Gaming. Now, they are kind of further away from both of their angles, but at the same time, the same as the situation for the other team. That is the E-Arena as well. E-Arena, let's see, shotgun in hand, 1897 versus S12K. Which one is firstly going to connect? 1897 has a better range, a better spread onto the players, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The more stability is going to actually prevail, and Weibo Gaming out of the game without even a single casualty. But Joker, I have to give it to this guy, a 1v3, beautifully done.
Oh my gosh. Public service announcement to the teams. This is not Rondo anymore. Calm down. But I was really worried about Weibo Gaming. These guys were maybe top four, top five, maybe even top three. And all of a sudden they dropped off to the double digits in the ranks. And they've been falling off so early on in these past few games. Maybe it's the fact that they come in on the lobby with only three players or so. I don't know what happened, but day number one, they were quite making a name for themselves. So not quite sure what happened there, but they definitely need to step up if they want to catch up to the likes of GG, which are already sitting at rank number one with 83 points. Might be kind of perhaps a slight domination on that leaderboards, but definitely there's still a lot of things that could go wrong. I mean, we're still talking about eight. This is eight more chances of maps. I mean, it's gonna be seven after this map, and not a lot of chances to go if they want to correct any mistakes, and they definitely need as much points as possible. Right now, of course, Arena already having a really good start to this game. The fact that they have a beast mode number of points, 28 in fact in that previous map Erangel, and right now we're seeing a repeat, another Erangel map. So there's a huge chance that we might be seeing Arena climbing up from that number four, perhaps maybe number three, number two, maybe tomorrow it's gonna be a number one, even maybe at map number five later on, it might be a number one. But of course, that's considering the fact that Arena will be bringing the same consistent energy from that map number two all the way to this Orango map, all the way to the two Mirror Marsh later on, and perhaps maybe tomorrow. Keep that consistency, even if they're not doing anything too flashy. So with that, I'm really kind of watching out for Arena right now. They're doing really well, but I'm still hoping for a good game to kind of keep that consistency. I mean, they didn't completely fall off in the previous map, but they definitely need to watch out for Arena. Slowly but surely climbing the way up, and while Team Flash needs to watch their back, that is a 13 point difference between them and E Arena.
That definitely is. It is like a 13 points difference. between them at this point in time, but it's only going to increase further and further, maybe, or maybe it's going to decrease. You never know. You never know. Maybe Flash is going to start aggressing upon the teams, but so far, the only one that I'm seeing aggressing is the Burmese goals into the kill feed, as they are taking the players down of the team at D Xavier's, in fact, at this point in time. D Xavier is definitely going to retaliate as Godspeed gets down and finished up instantly. The guy that was aggressing upon the team members. He has finally been put down. He is down. 15 teams remaining. Man, come on. We're waiting for the fights to actually begin. We are waiting for the fights to like actually cement themselves into a compact zone, compact area. I think what it is happening is the fact that the teams are so focused on getting inside of that circle first and foremost, because the circle went towards the northern angle, that they're not engaging too much into the fight. But the one that are engaging, they are engaging it completely out into the very open side areas. Alliance, look at that, in the open, trying to shoot down the Tiamba, the player, the hovercraft gonna get stuck. The sprays are not gonna make that connection. But wait a minute, I see one of Tiamba being knocked out, and that is not good. This is not good looking whatsoever. Tiamba, what is happening? What is going on? Someone needs to go and revive your own team member, your team member that is under the bridge, on the other side of that bridge right now. Someone needs to go and rescue that player. Backline areas of the team alliance, it's going to be IC slowly, steadily approaching the situation. Players unaware of the surrounding, unaware of the danger that they have put themselves into, and 6042 ready with that grenade. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He's gonna throw one up instantly. There's also gonna be another grenade into the vicinity, but only thing that he has managed to do is to damage his own team member. T4 is gonna seize this opportunity, take down the player. That is all hands at this point. Naki's gonna be down by the hand of all for one, leaving down to the last 3 versus 3 fight in this area. MYV Guinea's there, 6042 is there, all for one is here. 6042, come on, heal yourself, boost yourself, go forward. And you can see how Tiamba is also losing some of their players too, and they're also retaliating.
What's this guy's name? All my bikini. Okay, but anyways, yeah. All 6042 and also all for one, I believe it's gonna be all that's up for Alliance. It's very strange deaths that happened over there. But yeah, inner circles is gonna be going into the inner circle of Alliance. I think 6042 is gonna be in trouble over here. This is a 3 versus 1. It's
Hello there, Monoteg speaking. Here's another video on monetization.